class 9 students. Today we will continue the chapter rational and irrational number with some questions. In my previous class we discussed some questions, and today we will continue this chapter again with some questions. Now the first question is, find the value of a and b if root 3 minus 1 upon root 3 plus 1 is equals to a plus b root 3. Then find the value of a and b. Okay. Now let's see the solution. Firstly, we find the conjugate of denominator in LHS. Okay, which is root 3 minus 1 root 3 plus 1. Okay. Now the conjugate of denominator is root 3 minus 1. Okay. Multiply with the conjugate of denominator in numerator and denominator. Why we multiply with this denominator conjugate? Because firstly we rationalize the denominator. Okay. And you know that for rationalization we multiply with the conjugate. Okay. Now students, here conjugate is minus. This is minus. Okay. Root 3 minus 1 into root 3 minus 1, it becomes root 3 minus 1 whole of square. Okay. And a plus b, a minus b, we use the property a square minus b square. Okay students. Now here we use the identity a minus b whole of square, and here we use a square minus b square, which is a minus b, a plus b. Okay. Let's see. A minus b whole of square is equals to a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay. Root 3 square is 3, 1 square minus 2ab, and root 3 square is 3 minus 1, then 4 minus 2 root 3 upon 2. Okay. Then it becomes 2 minus root 3. This is the value of LHS. Now the RHS is a plus b root 3. Okay. Now students, equating the rational and irrational parts of both sides, on both sides. Okay. Equating the rational and irrational parts on both sides. Okay. We get here 2 is the rational number and a is also a rational number. Then a is equals to 2. Okay. And students, b minus root 3 is equals to b root 3. Then b is equals to minus 1. b is equals to minus 1. The next question is, if x is equals to 3 plus 2 root 2, check whether x plus 1 upon x is rational or irrational. Students, see this question carefully, because there are multiple questions we solve with the help of this question. Okay. Now let's see the solution of this question. X is equals to 2 root 2. We have x is equals to 3 plus 2 root 2. Then if x is equals to this, then 1 upon x is equals to 1 upon 3 plus 2 root 2. Okay. Now students, conjugate of denominator, and the conjugate of denominator is 3 minus 2 root 2. 3 minus 2 root 2. Okay, students? Now 3 minus 2 root 2. This is a plus b. This is a minus b. Means a square minus b square. Okay. Now it become 1 upon x is equals to 3 minus 2 root 2 upon 9 minus 2 root 2. When we square this, 2 square is 4 and root 2 square is 2, and 4 into 2 is 8. Okay. Then we get 1 upon x is 3 minus 2 root 2, because denominator is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. Okay. Now students, the question is x plus 1 upon x. Then x plus 1 upon x, the value of x is 3 plus 2 root 2, and the value of 1 plus x is 3 minus 2 root 2. Here this is cancelled. 3 plus 3 is 6. And the question is, this is rational or irrational? Then we can say that 6 is a rational number. Then 6 is a rational number. Okay. Now students, if the question is find the value of 1x plus 1 upon x is whole square, then what will we do in this type of question? We know the value of x plus 1 upon x, which is 6. Then 6 square is 36. Okay. Then the answer is 36. If the question is find the value of x plus 1 upon x whole cube, then we know that the value of x plus 1 upon x, which is 6. Then 6 cube is 216. Okay.
Good morning students. In our today's video lecture, we will talk about velocity and time graph, and we will make some conclusion how we find the displacement and acceleration from the velocity and time graph. So let's start with our discussion. So as I told you in our previous lecture how we will draw the graph, in the same way you will draw the graph. I am writing the y-axis here and then perpendicularly x-axis. This work you have to do by the scale, as I told you in the previous lecture. Okay, so this point where the both the axes cut, this point is called origin. This point is called origin. And as I told you, we are talking about velocity and time graph. So in the y-axis we are taking velocity, and in SI unit meter per second, and in the time x-axis we are taking time and the SI unit is second. So here I am mentioning it as second. Now we are, then what we will do स्टूडेंट, इसके बाद हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग जो एक्सेस हमारी हैं इनको हम लोग क्या करते हैं, मार्किंग करते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू अ रूल. रूल क्या है वो आपको खुद डिसाइड करना होता है, आप किस अकॉर्डिंग मार्क कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने इक्वल डिस्टेंस जो भी आप अज्यूम करेंगे उसके अकॉर्डिंगली आपको इक्वली यहाँ पर क्या करने हैं, मार्किंग करने हैं, जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं. बट ये वर्क मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, ऐसे ही कर रहा हूँ. आपको ये सारा वर्क जो है स्केल से करना है. देन आपका जो ग्राफ आएगा वो ग्राफ बिल्कुल क्या आएगा स्टूडेंट, करेक्ट आएगा. इसके लिए आप प्रीवियस लेक्चर्स देख सकते हैं जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने नहीं देखा है. ऐसे ही मैंने y एक्सिस पे भी कट कर दिए, मार्क कर रहा हूं मैं इक्वली यहां पर. ओके, आई think that marking is sufficient. So, and I am taking one segment is as 5 seconds. So this is 5, then 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 and 60. So this is the time in 5 interval. Now in the velocity axis, here we are taking again same 5. This is 10, this is 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and this one is 50. Okay. Now students, we have two situations. So first situation we are going to discuss. The situation is at t equal to 0. As you know that this point is t equal to 0, and I told you at t equal to 0 means you have just started to observing the situation which is going on. Okay, यहाँ पर हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, t equal to 0 मतलब यहाँ पर हमने just ऑब्जर्व करना क्या किया, स्टार्ट किया है. तो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर देखा उस समय किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की जो वेलोसिटी है वो हम लोगों ने लेट कर ली. लेट वेलोसिटी जो है स्टार्टिंग में हमारी है 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड. सो t इक्वल टू 0 पे पॉइंट कहाँ पर जाएगा, 30 मीटर पर सेकेंड पे. ओके, फिर उसके बाद हम लोग कंटिन्यूअसली क्या कर रहे हैं, वॉच कर रहे हैं, देख रहे हैं, ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं. तो नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंड में हम लोगों ने देखा अभी भी उसकी वेलोसिटी क्या है, सेम है. तो नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंड में हमने आपको बताया था यहाँ से आप एक परपेंडिकुलर इस तरीके से, ये आपका वेलोसिटी अभी भी सेम है, 30 पे ही है. नेक्स्ट 10 सेकंड में ये भी वेलोसिटी आपकी क्या है, सेम है. सो सिर्फ ये जो आपके पॉइंट यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं, इन सभी पॉइंट को जब आप इस तरीके से मीट कराएंगे, ठीक है, दिस पॉइंट इज बिलोंग्स टू टाइम t equal to 10, this point is belongs to time t equal to 15. So you are seeing here for every time duration from the starting point velocity is constant, and the graph here is a straight line. The graph here is a straight line. The graph is a straight line parallel to the time axis, parallel to the time axis, and this graph is representing simply the velocity is constant. It means it is moving with uniform velocity and it is representing the uniform motion. So you can say this graph is parallel to time axis, so it is uniform velocity graph, uniform velocity graph. This is for uniform velocity graph. So this graph representing the uniform velocity case. So, and I told you uniform means constant, so it is constant velocity graph. Okay, and now students, we are telling you how we would find the displacement or distance from the velocity and time graph. Okay, you know that velocity equal to displacement upon time. You know the velocity equal to displacement upon time. Since we have to find displacement, then we have to multiply velocity into time. This would multiply to velocity. ये multiply हो जाएगा तो यहाँ से आपका displacement क्या आएगा? Displacement would become velocity into time displacement. And I told you that multiplication denotes area. Multiplication denotes area. So this is the important point. Here you have velocity and time graph, and for finding the displacement from the velocity and time you have to multiply both the quantity. It means from graph you have to find the area for finding the displacement. So suppose we have to find the displacement from this graph up to 20 second from initial point we have to find displacement. Then what we would do, we would just we would draw a line from the t equal to 20 second parallel to the y-axis. So I am drawing it here as this line. I am drawing it as like this. This is a line you are seeing here. This is a line parallel to y-axis, and the area, the region bounded by this line and the coordinate axis, we have to find the area of that part. Actually हम लोगों को ये लाइन और ये y एक्सिस और x एक्सिस के बीच का जो रीजन आपका दिख रहा है, इसका आपको क्या फाइंड करना है, एरिया फाइंड करना है, एंड दैट एरिया वुड गिव द आंसर ऑफ डिस्प्लेसमेंट और डिस्टेंस. ओके, यहां पर स्टूडेंट एक चीज ध्यान दीजिए, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा रफ कर दे रहा हूं. ये जो चीज है, ये जो फिगर आपको क्रिएट यहाँ पे हुआ है, ये आप देख रहे हैं, इसका मैं नेम कर दूं O A B, this point is B and this point is C. O A B and C. This figure you have clearly seen here, it is rectangle. So you have to find the area of rectangle, and the area of rectangle is what? Area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is simply length into breadth. So this would become length. You can say BA or AB. AB is a length and this is a breadth, that is OA. So AB into OA. And what is the value of AB? It is equal to this one, that is 30. And what is OA? OA is 20. OA is 20. So 30 into 20 is what? 600, and unit is meter. Unit is meter. Don't confuse here student that area unit is meter square. It is because AB value is 30 and 30 is in meter per second. If we talk about unit, then AB is in meter per second. And OA, it is in second. It is in second, and second cancel. So it is coming in meter. It means it is denoting the distance or displacement. So here the answer is 600 meter displacement. Okay. I think you have got clear idea about how we will find the displacement or distance from the velocity and time graph. Now we are discussing the another one case. So let's start with second case. So I am just roughing it, clearing it. Okay. Now we are student taking the second case. In second case, we are defining some cases, some sections. Suppose at t equal to 0, object velocity is also 0. Okay. And for t equal to 5, its velocity is 10. Velocity is 10. For t equal to 10, for t equal to 10, the velocity is 20. For next t equal to 15, velocity equal to 30. So I am taking this data and making the graph, and the graph would come what we will discuss. We will see it in the blackboard. So let's see. T equal to 0, velocity 0, that is this point. This point clear. For t equal to 5, this is t equal to 5, and velocity is 10. This is velocity. So we will draw line this, and then we will move it from t equal to 5. So this is the point. This is the point 5, 10. As I told you in the graphical discussion in the video lecture, then time is in x-axis. So first we will write the x-axis coordinate, and then the y-axis, that is 5, 10, and this is 5 and this is 10. So this point denotes the 5, 10 point. Next is 10, 20. This is 10 and this is 20. So just 10, 20. So this is 10, 20 point here. And last one is student 30. So this one is 30 and 15. 30 and 15. Just join all the points to get the graph. So here I have joined all the points, and as you are seeing, when you do this work by the scale properly, then the graph would come a straight line. So this is what? This is a straight line. This is a straight line. This is not the curved line, student. This would come the straight line, and what it represent? It is representing the velocity is continuously increasing with respect to time. You are seeing here velocity is continuously increasing with respect to time, and here you are seeing that the change in velocity is constant with respect to time. As you can see here, in 5 seconds velocity is becomes from 0 to 10. So in 5 seconds the change in velocity, in 5 seconds change in velocity is 10. From the next 5 seconds, that is 5 to 10, velocity becomes 10 to 20. It means again in the next 5 seconds it would becomes 10 to 20, means again it changes by same constant value 10. And then in the next 5 seconds, that is 10 to 15, in the next 5 seconds it is also becoming 20 to 10 30. It means it is again changing by the number 10. So here velocity is constantly changing with respect to time, constantly increasing. For that reason this graph is becoming a straight line. If the change in velocity is not constant with respect to time, then this graph would not come a straight line, it would a curved line. And from that point of view you can say that one more important point is here, that acceleration. If we talk about acceleration, if we talk about student acceleration, here you are seeing that the change in velocity is constant. It means this graph is representing the uniform acceleration. This graph is representing the uniform acceleration. This is representing the uniform acceleration, means constant acceleration. Acceleration is constant here. And what about acceleration? How we would find the acceleration from the graph? I am telling you, we have to just find the slope. We have to just find the slope. And for finding the slope, we have vertical value, vertical height, vertical value in y-axis upon horizontal value upon horizontal value in x-axis. This is the formula for finding the slope, and by slope we say that it is acceleration. So here for finding the slope, what we would do, we just make the 2 points in the graph. So here it is already known, this one and this one. We take this 2 point. You can also take any 2 points. Okay. So this 2 point, for this 2 point you have to draw a line parallel to x-axis. So this is the line parallel to x-axis. And this rectangle, as you are seeing here, this rectangle, name it P, Q, and this one is R. P, Q and R. From this rectangle you can find the slope. And what is the vertical value here? This is the vertical value. You are seeing here, this is the vertical value and this is the horizontal value. So what is this? This is 30, 20 means this length is 10. And what about this? This is 10 to 15 means 5. Then 10 by 5 it is 2, and the slope and the unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So it would become 2 meter per second square for the acceleration. So I think you have clear idea about the acceleration. Now our last point, student, is here for the okay, I think you have clear idea about how we find the one more important thing is that velocity and time graph also could be negative. Velocity and time graph also could be negative. So what about that, from where? So I am telling you a last point here. Suppose, student, I am taking it as this. Okay. Suppose this is a graph. And finally it is tending to here, and this point I am mentioning is 80 and this point is 100. This is time axis in second. So how would you find the distance and displacement? I am telling you from by this example simply. As I told you, for finding the displacement you have to find the area of the curve. So here you are seeing that if you want to find the distance and displacement for 100 seconds, for whole the time duration, that is 100 seconds, you have to find the distance and displacement. Then you have to just find the area of this rectangle and area of this trapezium. And one important care you have to do here is, when you find the area of rectangle, whatever it would come and whatever it would come, for displacement you have to take this as negative value, because here you know that the displacement can be negative. So you have to take this area for finding the displacement negative, and for finding the distance you have to take this value as positive, and simply you have to join them, you have to add both them so that you can find the area. Suppose what it would come, 1 by 2 base into height. Area of this rectangle 1 by 2 base into height, and 1 by 2 what is base? This is the base 45, and what is the height? 35. So this is the 1 by 2 45 into 35, and it would come in meter. And what is the area of parallel trapezium? 1 by 2 sum of the parallel side, and this is what? This is 45 to 100. It means it is 55, and this is parallel side and parallel side, and it is 60. 80 means 20 into distance between them, and this value I am defining it as, I am defining this value as, suppose minus 30. So this is 30, I am just taking it as positive 15. Now solve this value and this value. For distance add both them, and for displacement this value you have to take negative. It means this and this would subtract, simply would subtract, and the answer of displacement would come by subtraction here, because it is negative part, negative direction, and for this distance it would be positive. So I think you have clear idea about for velocity and time graph, and how we will solve the distance and displacement from this and find the acceleration. So in the next class we would derive the equation of linear motion for uniform acceleration. So thank you class, thank you students.
Welcome to online classes of Shivaji Group of Institution. Myself Jitendra Tripathi. Student, today I am discussing some practice problem based on molar mass. These practice problem given to you in PDF form. Student, question is, calculate the molar mass of the following compound. First one is the molar mass of C12H22O11. This is the known as cane sugar or sucrose. In this compound, 12 carbon atom, 22 hydrogen atom, and 11 oxygen atom. Now, substitute the atomic mass of each and every element, and then multiply and then add. So you have to calculate. This comes out to be 342 atomic mass unit. Next one is the molar mass of NaOH. NaOH is the caustic soda or known as sodium hydroxide. This compound contains one sodium atom, one oxygen atom, and one hydrogen atom. Now substitute the atomic mass of each and every element. So student, this comes out to be 40 AMU. AMU is the atomic mass unit. M is the molar mass, represent unit of molar mass. Now third one is the molar mass of CaSO4, that is calcium sulfate. This compound contains one calcium, one sulfur, and 4 oxygen atom. Substitute the value of atomic mass of these elements and then calculate. This comes out to be 136 AMU. Now next question is the molar mass of calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate is the Ca3PO4 का whole twice. In this compound, 3 calcium atom, 2 phosphorus atom, and 8 oxygen atom. Again, substitute the atomic mass of each and every element and then calculate. This comes out to be 310 AMU. Next one is the molar mass of ammonium nitrate. Formula is NH4NO3. In this compound, 2 nitrogen atom, 1 in nitrogen here and this one in nitrogen. So total is the 2 nitrogen, 4 hydrogen, and 3 oxygen. Substitute the value of atomic mass and then calculate. This comes out to be 80 AMU, atomic mass unit. Now next one is the molar mass of K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate. This compound contains 2 potassium, 2 chromium and 7 oxygen atom. Again, substitute the atomic mass of element and then calculate. This comes out to be 294 AMU. Okay? Okay, student. Now, next one is the molar mass of Na2CO3, that is sodium carbonate. This compound, 2 sodium atom, 1 carbon and 3 oxygen. Atomic mass of sodium is 23, carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16. Multiply and then add. This comes out to be 106 AMU. Yes, next one is the molar mass of H2CO3. In this compound, 2 hydrogen, 1 carbon and 3 oxygen atom. So, student, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16. This comes out to be 2, 12 and 48. This comes out to be how much? That is 62 AMU. Now student, next question is the molar mass of calcium hydroxide. 1 calcium atom, 2 oxygen atom and 2 hydrogen atom, and atomic mass is 40, 16 and 1. 40, 32 and 2. Add these things. This comes out to be 74 AMU. Student, one question for you. Molar mass of CaCO3. Calculate it and get the answer. This is for you. Okay.
हेलो स्टूडेंट, गुड मॉर्निंग। 9th ICSE बोर्ड सब्जेक्ट हिंदी के अंतर्गत बच्चों, मैं आज आपको बात अठन्नी की कहानी के संबंध में चर्चा करूंगी। मैंने अपने पूर्व के ऑडियो में बच्चों इस कहानी का PDF आपको भेजा था। बात अठन्नी की इस कहानी के लेखक सुदर्शन हैं। तो बच्चों, परीक्षा में कभी कभी कहानीकार के जीवन परिचय से संबंधित प्रश्न भी पूछे जाते हैं। तो सबसे पहले हम सुदर्शन के जीवन परिचय के स्मरणीय या महत्वपूर्ण बिंदुओं को जान लेते हैं। तो सुदर्शन का वास्तविक नाम बद्रीनाथ था। इनका जन्म सन 1895 ईस्वी 1895 ईस्वी सियालकोट जो वर्तमान में पाकिस्तान में है। सियालकोट वर्तमान पाकिस्तान में हुआ था। बच्चों, इसको आपको अपनी CW की कॉपी पे नोट करना है और जो हेडिंग आप इसमें डालेंगे वो डालेंगे कहानीकार का परिचय। कहानीकार का
परिचय। इस हेडिंग के अंतर्गत आप इसको लिखना प्रारंभ करेंगे। सुदर्शन का वास्तविक नाम बद्रीनाथ था। इनका जन्म 1895 ईस्वी में सियालकोट में हुआ था। इन्होंने उर्दू में प्रकाशित आर्य गजट नामक पत्र का संपादन भी किया था। इनकी मृत्यु 16 दिसंबर सन 1967 1967 ईस्वी में मुंबई में हुई। बच्चों, ये जो इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट आ रहे हैं, जैसे आर्य गजट, इसको आप ब्लैक पेन से लिखेंगे, सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कामा में क्लोज करेंगे। जैसे 16 दिसंबर 1967, इसको भी आप सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कामा में करके ब्लैक पेन से लिखेंगे। इनका दृष्टिकोण सुधारवादी था। सुदर्शन की पहली कहानी हार की जीत थी जो सन 1920 ईस्वी में सरस्वती पत्रिका में प्रकाशित हुई। अब बच्चों, ये जो हार की जीत लिख रहे हो, इसको भी आपको ब्लैक पेन से लिखना है और सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कामा में क्लोज करना है। इसके साथ ही सन 1920 को आप ब्लैक पेन से लिखेंगे और सरस्वती पत्रिका को भी ब्लैक पेन से लिखकर सिंगल इन्वर्टेड कामा में क्लोज करेंगे। तो ये जो विषय चल रहा है वो कहानी बात अठन्नी की, जिसके लेखक है सुदर्शन। आप अपनी CW की कॉपी पे जो हेडिंग डालेंगे वो डालेंगे कहानीकार का परिचय, जिसके अंतर्गत आप लिखेंगे सुदर्शन का वास्तविक नाम बद्रीनाथ था। इसको भी ब्लैक पेन से नोट करेंगे। इनका जन्म सन 1895 ईस्वी सियालकोट वर्तमान पाकिस्तान में हुआ था। इन्होंने उर्दू में प्रकाशित आर्य गजट नामक पत्र का संपादन भी किया। इनकी मृत्यु 16 दिसंबर सन 1967 ईस्वी मुंबई में हुई। इनका दृष्टिकोण सुधारवादी था। सुदर्शन की पहली कहानी हार की जीत थी, जो सन 1920 ईस्वी में सरस्वती पत्रिका में प्रकाशित हुई थी। इसके साथ ही बच्चों, आगे अगर चर्चा करें तो इनकी रचनाएं जो होती हैं वो परीक्षा में पूछी जाती हैं। इनके जो कहानी संग्रह थे वो इस प्रकार थे। बच्चों, चर्चा कर रहे थे कि सुदर्शन की प्रमुख रचनाओं के बारे में। तो सबसे पहले आप लिखोगे सुदर्शन की प्रमुख कहानी संग्रह है सुप्रभात, सुप्रभात, पुष्पलता, पुष्पलता, सुदर्शन, सुदर्शन, सुधा, सुदर्शन, सुधा और पनघट आदि, पनघट आदि। इनके उपन्यास संग्रह हैं। उपन्यास संग्रह हैं परिवर्तन, परिवर्तन, भाग्यवंती, भागवंती, भागवंती आदि। तो बच्चों, जीवन परिचय में आपको ये भी नोट करना है, सुदर्शन के प्रमुख कहानी संग्रह थे सुप्रभात, पुष्पलता, सुदर्शन, सुधा और पनघट आदि, और इनके प्रसिद्ध उपन्यास संग्रह हैं परिवर्तन, भाग्यवंती आदि। बच्चों, आपने सुदर्शन का जीवन परिचय अपनी कॉपी पर नोट कर लिया होगा। इसके बाद अपनी CW की कॉपी आप निकालिए और उस पर कहानी का सारांश लिखिए। आज मैं आपको बोलकर कहानी का सारांश लिखाऊंगी। लिखिए, बात अठन्नी की कहानी में सुदर्शन ने समाज की न्याय व्यवस्था पर करारा प्रहार किया है। बात अठन्नी की कहानी में सुदर्शन ने समाज की न्याय व्यवस्था पर करारा प्रहार किया है। इंजीनियर जगत सिंह के यहाँ रसीला नौकर था। गांव में उसके बूढ़े माता पिता, पत्नी, एक लड़की और 2 लड़के थे, जिनका भार भी उसी के कंधों पर था। उसकी तनख्वाह से घर वालों का गुजारा ठीक से नहीं चल पाता था। बार बार आग्रह करने पर भी इंजीनियर जगत बाबू उसकी तनख्वाह नहीं बढ़ाते थे। शेख सलीमुद्दीन जिला मजिस्ट्रेट थे, जो इंजीनियर साहब के पड़ोस में रहते थे। उनके चौकीदार रमजान और रसीला में बहुत मित्रता थी। एक दिन रमजान ने रसीला को बहुत ही उदास देखा। रसीला ने बताया कि गांव में बच्चे बीमार हैं, पर घर में रुपया नहीं है। मालिक से पेशगी मांगने पर उन्होंने साफ इनकार कर दिया। रमजान ने उसे कुछ रुपए दिए। रसीला के बच्चे उससे स्वस्थ हो गए। उसने रमजान का ऋण चुका दिया। केवल 8 आने शेष रह गए। एक दिन जगत बाबू कमरे में अपने किसी काम के लिए किसी से 500 रुपए की रिश्वत ले रहे थे, जिसे रसीला ने सुन लिया। इंजीनियर साहब ने रसीला से 5 रुपए की मिठाई मंगाई। इंजीनियर साहब ने रसीला से 5 रुपए की मिठाई मंगाई। रसीला ने 4.5 रुपए की मिठाई खरीदी और 8 आने बचाकर रमजान को दे दिए और सोचा कि उसका कर्ज चुकता कर दिया। मिठाई देखकर इंजीनियर जगत बाबू को कुछ शक हुआ कि मिठाई 5 रुपए की नहीं है। उन्होंने रसीला को धमकाया और हलवाई के सामने ले जाने की बात कही। रसीला ने अपना अपराध मान लिया और क्षमा प्रार्थना करने लगा। बाबू जगत सिंह ने उसे खूब पीटा और पुलिस के हवाले कर दिया। उन्होंने सिपाही के हाथ में 5 रुपए का नोट थमाते हुए कहा कि सब कुछ मनवा लेना। दूसरे दिन रसीला को कोर्ट में पेश किया गया। उसने कोर्ट में अपना अपराध स्वीकार कर लिया तथा माफ करने की प्रार्थना की, मगर मजिस्ट्रेट शेख सलीमुद्दीन ने उसे 6 महीने की सजा सुना दी। फैसला सुनकर रमजान की आंखों में खून उतर आया। उसने कहा कि यह इंसाफ नहीं, अंधेर है। एक तरफ जहां 1500 के नोटों की रिश्वत लेने वाले चोर गरम गद्दों पर सो रहे थे, वहीं 98 का चोर जेल की तंग कोठरी में पश्चाताप कर रहा था। बच्चों, यहीं से इस कहानी का अंत हो जाता है। कहानी का सारांश लिखने के लिए कभी कभी बोर्ड परीक्षा में पूछा जाता है, तो आप प्रयास करिए कि कहानी का सारांश आप अपनी CW की कॉपी पे लिखें, वर्तनी और लेख का पूर्ण ध्यान रखते हुए। बच्चों, इस टॉपिक को मैं अपने अगले वीडियो में जारी रखूंगी। आज के लिए इतना ही पर्याप्त है। हैव ए नाइस डे।
Hello students, I am A.K. Dwivedi and welcome to online classes of English. Students, yesterday you were taught subject verb agreement some rules up to rule number 12th. Today I will continue the same topic, that is subject verb agreement. The next rule is some nouns. Students, some nouns are singular in form. That means देखने में वो सिंगुलर दिखते हैं बट प्लूरल इन मीनिंग में प्लूरल होते हैं। हेंस दे आर ऑलवेज यूज्ड विद प्लूरल वर्ब्स। दैट मीन्स उनके साथ हमेशा प्लूरल वर्ब का ही प्रयोग होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द पुलिस आर लुकिंग फॉर द क्लूज। हियर पुलिस देखने में कैसा लगता है, सिंगुलर, बट एक्चुअली मीनिंग में ये प्लूरल है। दैट्स व्हाई हियर आर, दैट इज हेल्पिंग वर्ब एंड इट इज प्लूरल। ओके, नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल, द पीपल इन द विलेज आर बिल्डिंग अ न्यू रोड। पीपल although looks singular but actually in meaning it is plural. That's why with people we use plural verb, that is are. Okay, now next rule, some nouns are plural in form. देखने में कुछ nouns plural दिखते हैं but singular in meaning, लेकिन मीनिंग में एक्चुअली दे आर सिंगुलर। दैट्स व्हाई दे आर always used with singular verb. For example, you can take good news is welcome. Here news looks like as if it is plural but verb is singular. That's why here singular verb is used. Now second example, physics. It looks as if it is plural but actually in meaning it is singular. That's why here is, that is singular verb is used. Okay students, today's classes is over. You have to note down all these rules in your fair notebook. I will also provide you PDF of this topic. Okay, thank you students. See next rule. Next rule, some nouns are singular in meaning. That means कुछ noun देखने में singular लगते हैं, अर्थ में singular लगते हैं, but लेकिन क्या होता है, they are always used with plural verbs. मतलब कुछ nouns देखने में ऐसे लगते हैं कि प्लूरल हो, लेकिन एक्चुअली मीनिंग में वो सिंगुलर होते हैं। तो इनके साथ हमेशा प्लूरल वर्ब का प्रयोग करते हैं। फॉर एग्जाम्पल के लिए माई ग्लासेस, ग्लासेस मीन्स चश्मा, तो इट लुक्स लाइक एज इफ प्लूरल बट इन मीनिंग इट इज सिंगुलर, सो देयर इज are, that is helping verb which is plural. Okay, now next example, your jeans were looking dirty. जीन्स क्या है स्टूडेंट्स? जीन्स एक गारमेंट है जिसको हम पहनते हैं। जीन्स एक्चुअल में एक ही होता है बट इसमें 2 लेग्स होती हैं, तो मीनिंग में ये सिंगुलर है बट अर्थ में क्या है? प्लूरल। दैट्स व्हाई हियर प्लूरल वर्ब, that is were is used. So such words are, there are so many where we use plural verb, although they are plural in form but actually singular in meaning. Second example you can take the scissors. Scissors means students कैंची, तो ये मीनिंग में सिंगुलर है बट फॉर्म में कैसा दिखता है? प्लूरल। दैट्स व्हाई हियर वी यूज आर, दैट इज प्लूरल वर्ब। ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल, योर ट्राउजर्स। ट्राउजर्स स्टूडेंट्स मीन्स होता है पजामा, पतलून। ये मीनिंग में सिंगुलर है बट बिकॉज देयर आर 2 legs, दैट्स व्हाई लुक एज इट प्लूरल, सो वी यूज प्लूरल वर्ब दैट इज आर। Students, prepare these rules seriously. There are so many rules. It is not the topic of one day. It can be cleared by learning several rules. So this topic will continue for some more days and then I will provide you PDF related exercise of these topics. You have to note down everything whatever is being taught here. Okay, thank you for attending the class.